Okay. Oh, now this is quite something. In here. All right, let's back up a bit. Scouting. Scouting in Canada and around the world came to be because of a fellow named Baden-Powell. I once did an assignment on him, and scouting is still around. I was part of it for a while. Unfortunately, there are times in the best intentions of groups where people do stupid things. For example, there was a weekend where we were scheduled to go camping. There was also scheduled to be horrid weather and perhaps a tornado. But of course, and a lot of and there was supposed to be a whole bunch of people went to this thing. But most people wisely said, you know what? This is not the time. It really isn't. But not our group. So off we went to this field. And it was horrid. It was horrid. And actually, we did get rescued early by one of the fathers. But there were a lot of people. I guess there was more than one, but I remember one who came. He said he put on his snow tires before he came to get us. It was horrible. Anyway, I think a lot of people after that fiasco never went back, and that's kind of the same thing as in golf, in that most games are not lost on the 18th green, but the first tee, when someone says, I'll give you 2 strokes a hole, or whatever, that's where the deal happens. So there comes a time when if you look out the door, or look out the window, or look at the weather report, or look at whatever, and it says, essentially, you go out there, you're going to die. Don't go. Anyway, back to scouting. So I do have fond memories of scouting. I do. I was in Cubs and Scouts. Never got to Ventures because, of course, the thing happened, and it would all happen at our local church called the Church of St. Timothy. Where it's funny, I remember my grandmother was always she said, oh, well, why don't you know how to tie any knots? I said, because we haven't learned any knots. She said, oh, well, maybe you weren't just paying attention. I said, I would remember if they stuck some string or some rope in front of me and said, yo, let's tie some knots. Anyway, so here is a bag of a thing, an envelope that says Scout Badges. Now, these were not my Scout Badges. This is stuff to do with my dad. And indeed, there are, I'm sure, bunches of things in here that would now be very, very rare. Very rare. Oh, and there's some paper stuff here, too. Now here, I guess this is the thing that would go onto the part of the shirt, the shoulder of the shirt. Don't know why they were cut off, but they were. There they are. Don't know where the shirt would be. Aha. Now here is a little number 2. That may be for 2 years. I don't know. Look, it's a Scouting Canada badge. And a little one that says Boy Scouts. And a little one with a red cross that says Boy Scouts. And another one, Boy Scouts. These are different badges you would earn. I'm not sure what this one means. It might be orange. It doesn't say. But my dad would have earned these. I think he was actually doing it at FAIRLAWN Church. And probably more like the 1940s. Here is a Boy Scout badge. I think it may be for music. Oh, and I guess this is the name of the troop that they were in, perhaps. The 190th, I could look it up. But that, who knows, maybe that's the same, if it's still at the church. I don't know. It's a little bent. I'll try and flatten it. Here, Boy Scouts. And it has, I don't know what it is. It almost looks like some sort of stick for something. I don't know, but I'm sure somewhere I could find out. This has Boy Scouts. It's got 2 snakes on it. Maybe that is for some sort of medical something. What do we have? Boy Scouts with a lightning bolt of sorts. Perhaps that's for weather things. Boy Scouts. Maybe it's for some sort of horticultural or agricultural something or other thing. I don't know. Here is more sort of a thing like just to say, yo, I'm a Boy Scout. And also another one that is a bigger one that says Boy Scouts. These would all be somewhere on the shirt. Oh, here's another little thing. It's a little star thing. And it says 3. And then there's these little ties. What are they? And why? I'm not sure. This also would have been on the shirt. I don't know why the shirt wasn't preserved. I kind of wish it was. Boy Scouts Canada. Now, what have I done? Okay, I've got everything that I think I have. There's 2 little buttons here. Just a moment. They just look like shirt buttons. Maybe the shirt got destroyed somehow. And indeed, they do say, you can't see this because I can barely see it, but they are Boy Scout buttons. They would have been on the shirt. Now here is the badge. Well, first, this is a sashi thing, or 2, or so. I'm not sure how. Oh, maybe it's one thing that. Anyway, I think this was a thing that would have gone over. I'm not sure. Anyway, some sort of decorational ceremonial, something or other. But here is the badge that was most highly prized and the hardest to get. And from what I remember, from what my grandmother told me, when they received, whoever received these badges, they actually had pipers or a piper or whatever to bring them in. And this is the badge. It is a King Scout badge. And apparently this was not easy to obtain, not easy to earn, and highly prized. So there are the badges. Now here, there's paper things here. Canon. I don't know what that is about. Let's see here. Here is a letter. Toronto, Ontario, June 1st, 1912. Dear, and then nothing. It's like a form letter. The time has come when I must ask of you a question which has caused me many days of worry. It is something I have never said to anyone, and I know a whole lot who are in the same boat. Many happy homes have been broken up by the same cause, and it's come now I must know the worst. I did not tell my state of mind to anyone at home, because I thought they would turn me down. And I know you are the one I can trust, and will try to help me. Do not fail me, as it will be the saving of my life. Whereas, if you fail, I might be thrown into the depths of darkness. I know you will be surprised to have me turn to you for this advice, but I know you will not let me worry any longer, and I feel that you understand me, and that your heart is in the right place, and is ever open to me in time of trouble and anxiety. I am asking you a great deal, I know, and while you are considering this, I wish you to set aside all social joys and devote your time to this one question I am now about to ask. I have come to this point. Do you think it is time for me to leave off my winter underwear? Hoping you will give this your most devoted attention, I remain yours in distress. Bahaha. Somehow, as serious as it sounded, I suspected there was a twist in there. What is this? Oh, looky, looky. Okay, here. Okay, yeah, this would have been my dad's, because on the back here are things about mounting, I don't know if you can see that, things to do with CN telecommunications and putting things on vehicles and other such things. And on the back of this are, where these badges should have been on the shirt. Maybe I need to hold that higher. There we are. And it also tells me what they are. For example, okay, the big one, oh yeah, the tenderfoot, I remember that word. Yeah, first aid is with the cross. Fireman, oh, that's right, I thought it was flowers, looks like it. Missioner, it's like the snakes. King Scout, Pathfinder has like a finger. Interpreter has shaking hands. I don't remember seeing that in here. Oh yeah, the 2 years, Cubs on yellow, the little metal things. 3 white stripes for troop leader. Oh, okay, these things were on the pocket of the shirt. Boy Scouts Canada, yeah. The green cords went from the thing on the shoulder down and then across the lapel off of the thing. Okay, yeah, there was musician. Oh, electrician. Leather worker. Oh, and then there's the 190th troop badge. Well, this is significant. I wonder, are they all here? Excuse me, 1 second. Well, look, certainly there's the King Scout badge. And there's the Boy Scout. That's the tenderfoot thing. Let me just see. Boy Scouts. 190th. I tend to think that maybe some of these are missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Okay. That one is leather working. This one is missioner. This one is electrician. This one is fireman. Fireman. This one is interpreter. First aid. Oh, yes. Pathfinder. And musician. So they're all here. So if somewhere or another I could find an old Scout shirt, could recreate this. Okay. So here, it's hard to tell. Okay, now this one would just go in the pocket, but this one meant first class. If an old vintage Scout shirt could be found, it could be recreated based on this. Green cords. It could, because this is the layout of the shirt. I wonder what became of the shirt. Okay, there's other stuff in here. And I don't know why. It seems to be a story about the evolution of the bicycle. And this would have been Canadian High News, October 22nd, 1948. And indeed, there is some stuff about the evolution of the bicycle. There's a cartoon on the back here. Oh, no, it's an ad. There's this young man trying to woo this lady by probably playing something like a saxophone. And she is not interested. She is tired. She is yawning. But then, there they are, drinking together. And the ad is for Make Friends with Borden's Malted Milk. Delicious. Nutritious. Yes, indeedy. And there are Eagle pencils. Anyway, what else is in here? Undoubtedly, it is vintage. I will be careful. Very, very careful. Oh. The Artsman's Lament. Passion's Prince. Brotherly Love. Let's see. Damon and Phileas were always around. Wherever Damien was, Phileas could be found. Till one day Phileas called Damon a skunk. So Damon went out and got Pythias's dunk. Oh, what is this? Passion's Price. He grabbed me round my slender neck. I could not call or scream. He dragged me to his dinghy room, where we could not be seen. He tore away my flimsy wrap and looked upon my form. I was so cold and damp and scared, while he was hot and warm. His feverish lips he pressed to mine. I gave him every drop. He drained me of my very self. I could not make him stop. He made me what I am today. That's why you find me here, a broken bottle thrown away that was once full of beer. Yes. Oh, by the way, this is from Thursday, November 9th, 1950. The Artsman's Lament. Oh, my darling Macy Gray, poor Nellie. Oh, with passion I was crazy when I hurried into Macy's and said, darling, won't you come away with me? She said, too bad, too late, mister, for an engineer had kissed her. So she had no use for me. Artsman types like me. Yes, the engineers had found her, and their hearts securely bound. So I said to her, it's time I took my leave. She said, go ahead, my lover, while you still may find another, or the engineers again, your heart will cleave. As I passed out through the portal, I heard someone's fiendish chortle. Here's an artisan type who can't be else but queer. What you doing in this domus, Artsman? Don't you know these premise were surveyed by four of us, the engineers? Then he hit me with his Eschbach, and I really felt my head crack. Then he laid me aside, prostrate for him quickly, and he grabbed my old love Maisie and embraced her till both crazy. They both fell backwards off the porch on top of me. Well, the engineers have got her, though my blood most dearly bought her. But I see I'll get no mistress lingering here. I must plan retaliation, or these toiks born of equations will soon teach my Maisie to demolish beers. SM Boys, one mechanic. So these, these could be from the newspaper at University of Toronto. They could be. What is this? The cannon has a past. Oh yes, the cannon has a past. I don't know. I'm not going to read that one. Now here are some things. Just let me go on with this. And then Buddha Money Mystery. Ooh, this is taped together. What is this? Oh. Magic Writing with Chemicals by Edward Podolsky. Okay, so these look like little magic trick things. Oh, what's this? An unhappy face. The jumping rubber band. This is a little baffler. Loop the rubber band around your first two fingers, as shown in figure 1. Open your hand, and the elastic has jumped to the pinky and the right finger. Figure 3 shows how to do it. What they don't see is that you loop the band as shown in figure 2 and figure 3 around all 4 fingers on the palm side. Hold these fingers downward to the floor so that arrangement can't be seen. When you straighten your fingers, the band will jump. There it is. The jumping rubber band. These could have been things for Scouts. What is this? Guessing ages. Take any number, add 5, double it, subtract 10, divide by 2, add 6, subtract the number you started with. The answer is 6. Alright, let's try this. We'll take a number, let's say 10. We'll add 5, that would be 15. We'll double it, that would be 30. We'll subtract 10, that would be 20. We'll divide by 2, that would be 10. We'll add 6, that would be 16. We'll subtract the number we started with, which was 10, and the answer is 6. Can't beat that. Vanishing quarter. Oh, yeah, it's a music trip. Music trip. Magic trick. Magic trick. Guessing ages. With some persons, the question of age is a secret not to be divulged. When you meet such an individual, however, you can sometimes get him unwittingly to tell you how old he is. Only a simple mathematical process is involved. Request your friend to write down the date of his birthday and the number of the month, placing the figures side by side. Suppose, for example, it is July 4. Then he writes down 47. Tell him to double that number and add 5 to it. Next, multiply the resulting number by 50 and add his own age, and then subtract 365. Now tell your friend to give you the last result, to which you add 115. Then you tell him the date of his birth and how old he is. Suppose your friend was born on July the 4th and is 21 years old. Then the mathematical process would be as follows. 47, double it, that's 94. Add 5 is 99. Multiply by 50 gives you 4,950. Add 21, the age, making it 4,971. Subtract 365, leaving 4,606. He announces this number to you. You add 115, making 4721. The last two figures, 21, indicate your friend's age. The first figure, 4, the day of the month, and the second figure, 7, and the month of the year. Aha. Gotcha. Okay. Anyway, all these things that my dad saved, they must have been important to him. Buddha Money Mystery. More magic. Now these things, this is the last of it here. What is this? Oh yes. More magical things. More tricks and things and ways to do. What is this? The chord pillars. Instructions for the sponge trick. Mystic squares. Alright, what is this? The mystic spots. Effect: a card with a red spot and one with a blue spot are put into a hat. The one with the blue spot is removed and put into an empty envelope. The cards then appear to change places, the red being in the envelope and the blue in the hat. Secret: 3 cards are used. One has a blue spot, one has a red spot, the other has a red spot on one side and a blue spot on the other side. The envelope is a double made of 2 with their backs together. Directions: take the blue one and the double one, holding the double one so it appears to be the red one, and put it in the hat. Remove the double one, letting it seem to be the blue one, and put it in one side of the envelope. Then take the blue one from the hat and the red one, which has been placed there beforehand, from the other side of the envelope. You may show the audience both sides of the cards and inside the envelope. Magic, magic, magic. Alright, so this envelope is rather sacred. Now, was this folded? I don't know. I don't think it was. So, I don't think I'm going to, well, you know, I might find a scout shirt, a vintage kind. I might, but you never know. I wish it was still around, as I wish my father was still around. Alright, so we'll put the badges back with great care into the envelope. And there. My dad worked hard for all of this. Oh, what have I done? I have left out a number. There, my dad worked hard for this. He worked hard for everything. And he was an engineer. Took engineering physics at the University of Toronto, which was the hardest and most challenging. It was. Alright. I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Certainly it's not leaving. Yeah. Alright. I need to gather more things. So thanks for coming to the basement. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Bye for now.